Hi there, my name is Aubrey, and I founded the LA Institute of Life in hope to answer people's questions because it all started when I was reading on the life purpose and life missions as I was interested myself in such topics when I was in college. So I read all the books about philosophy, anthropology, sociology, psychology to understand what my purpose is. How am I going to serve the people? Because I believe every single person is on earth to find how you serve others, including the President of the United States. So as I was seeking my life purpose, I did a bunch of stuff. I was an investment banker before. I went to Anderson School, graduated, and I started my technology startup. I did that for 3 years. But none of these jobs really give me a fulfilling emotion as I give someone a private session on their life problems for the first time. When I was answering this guy's question about internship, like he was asking me which internship job he should choose, I said, really, our lesson on the earth is to find the lessons, to evolve and learn. So there's no right and wrong choices. All the choices presented to you have some merits to them. Choose the one that has a calling for you. Whatever you feel like you want to go about, just go for it. No regrets and no fears. And then find out what the lessons is about. By the end of it, you will find what it is really about. So this guy was really grateful. So when people ask you questions and when they get that epiphany moment, whatever I said, some of it will echo and resonate with the listener, with the audience. So whatever resonates with them is part of them. So my job is really to collide the ideas and then to give them concepts and so that they can resonate with themselves. And I serve as a catalyst. So this is what I want to do. This gives me a tremendous feeling of I exist and I have a value. I'm helping someone. I'm serving others. So this is very important. And from the school, which really I didn't do much advertisement on it because people would ask, who is the founder of the school? That's why I did a bunch of study and advertisement under my name, just on the Facebook. It's the page about me. And then when I found the school, I have a goal of setting up a museum of spirituality because you can't answer life questions without the touch of spirituality. And I want to approach it from a science point of view. I don't want people to think it's ooh or anything because really our history, so current science really is about three properties. One, it's provable. So you have to prove it exists. And two, you have to be measurable. Three, you have to be reproducible. So you have to prove, measure, and reproduce it, and then the concept would exist in current science. That's why we can't prove spirituality. A lot of the concepts and spirituality and, like a concept such as the divine force and the lack of a better word, the God, they do exist, or we can call it law of the universe. What is it? We can't prove it yet because of the current level of science. However, we have an entry point, which is quantum physics. Quantum physics governs the subparticle. So it's a subparticle law. We all know that the Newtonian law governs the 3D world, big objects. So small objects like electrons, they're governed by quantum physics. That's a huge different realm. They behave totally different. That's why we can prove that there's no time. Time is just a concept. Einstein called it time is reverse. Sometimes flows faster, sometimes flows slower. So twin brothers, one living on the top of a mountain, one living at the bottom of the mountain. The one living on the top mountain would age faster because of the gravity difference. So because of masses and the gravity differences. So such concepts in life as well. There's a lot of questions regarding like aging and disease, terminal disease patients. They come to me a lot. They're asking, why is this happening to me? LGBT people, why is this happening to me? Why am I being judged? Why am I different? So there's no judgment. So I have a whole different answer for this group. That's why when I was doing the sessions for people, the themes would repeat themselves, and that's why I want to start the school. So I would want more people consciously or subconsciously feel they don't fit in or they are being judged or they feel they are at disadvantage. Autistic kids as well. That's another group of people that I help. So I really want to make these people feel you're okay and let go of the fear. Life is about experience and choices and finding out who you are and experience and find the lesson. It's not about whatever the media and society portrays to us as the success. So that saves a lot of people. to a degree that saved a lot of people's life. Mother that lose their son. I have one mother that lost two sons, and she was devastated. And as soon as I told her what the whole process was about and why it happened, and she gave me a review on my Facebook, and you can see as well. And she said, "You have no idea what kind of consolation this has provided for her." So that gave me a tremendous sense of my value and fulfillment. So when I was talking to Keith, I had the idea of having a museum. I was reading the research on museum. Actually, museum industry has experienced tremendous growth over the years because people are going for museum for personal experience, family trips, and personal learning. It's another phenomenon that we can see as the self-help books out there are growing tremendously as well. People are looking more inward than outward for as a difference compared to before. A lot of people are reading self-help books. They're trying to be strong. They're trying to understand what's going on in the world. They're trying to understand what choices they should make, and trying to understand the paranoia they're feeling when they're feeling out, missing out, when they're making one choice over another. And then when I just went to New Orleans a few days ago, I noticed that they have about 20, just in the French Quarter, very small area, downtown area, 20 museums. They have Museum Masks, Museum of different arts, spirituality, and it's a very small, it's like 600 square foot museum. It's all about the information. So I'm gonna do the museum regardless of whether we get the funding or not, just because I wanna get the work started, just to present the information for people. What I need the funding for is I want to produce motion graphics. The motion graphics are really visually powerful guide for people to understand concepts, very abstract concepts, right? So science, such as jinx and free will versus destiny, which is a probabilistic event. So depending on when you were born, the material environment, the history, and your family and background, education, your parents' teachings, these things will decide where you're going to land. So it's a probabilistic event rather than an absolute event, which is coincides with the quantum physics as well. It's a probabilistic prediction of where electron will land. So all these information I want to present through motion graphics, videos. I'll hire people to shoot and edit videos, and I'm writing articles and doing publishing for a book called Child and Man, trying to depict the concepts of how people make decisions. A lot of times when people analyze and getting inputs from the media, when they make quote-unquote rational decisions, it's not necessarily best for them. Most importantly, they have to feel from their heart, and what's important for them, you feel very intensely about something, and then you should go for that. Because our cells, there's a book called Emotions of Molecules. Our cells made of molecules, they have high intelligence. They know exactly where to go for food. So many years ago, the first organism on Earth is amoeba. It's a worm that has only one cell. Yet it doesn't have a nervous system, doesn't have eyes or brain or heart, but it knows exactly where to swim for food and swim away from danger. Inherently, we have that in us as well. Our cells, our body will tell you emotionally which one you're pulled toward and which one you're pushed away from. And you should go with that. So this book is about that. So I'm writing book and articles about this. So I want to present a museum with the increase in the revenues and people's interest in attending museums. And there's a huge market out there for the spirituality, as this just opened up the past 7 years. The spirituality in the new age spirituality, if you want to call it that. And then also the young people, they call them woke. They call someone woke because they understand the traditional value doesn't serve them anymore, in a sense that, for example, college. Traditionally, people want to go to college because they want to get a better job, and now we know that there's about 3 million jobs vacancy out there that college don't train for, such as a mechanics working on a plane. So it works only from their day-to-day job. They have to learn it on the fly. But people just don't know this type of job works, how they work, or where to apply for it, or where the training workshops are, that people just don't know. That's why the vacancy, and there's a population of high school, pigeonhole people into college. There's a gap between these two as well. So everything kind of relates to each other. That's why I'm also a big fan of interdisciplinary studies. Everything is interconnected. Math is a foundation of physics, which is applied mathematics, and chemistry is applied physics, and biology is applied chemistry, psychology is applied biology, sociology, psychology, anthropology is all applied biology and chemistry. So everything is interconnected. I want to present this holistically with people, with spirituality for people. So to answer people's life questions and to coach them, to navigate life with confidence and ease, with an inner voice that's strengthened, I want to present the information holistically through my LA Institute of Life and then through a museum. So I'm raising money for producing the motion graphics and shooting and editing videos, for hiring my editor to help me out with this information. Currently, I'm paying everything out of my pocket. I have an editor, I have a marketing person, I have a programmer. We outsource that to India, Pakistan, on Upwork and Fiverr. That's the cheapest way to go about it. And the drawback is they're not consistent and they jump from job to job. So there's no loyalty. Once the job is done, after 14 days, they don't care about it anymore. So I have to hire someone else to fix the bugs as we go along when you discover more and more bugs down the road. So it's not consistent. From resources and strategic point of view, I want to hire and retain someone. That costs about $500 per month only. That's the lowest as I can go, to hire a person to maintain the website from the States. So I want to do that, and the money will be spent on that. I want to start the museum just immediately. I will probably rent a space in Venice, as that's a huge LGBT community ready for spirituality. Also, there's some complimentary workshops open already called Mystic Journey in Venice as already currently. So I want to open up a small, what do you call it, commercial, maybe like a street front house, like a commercial, so we can rent the house, a small space, under $2,000 a month.